Hello children, today we're going to look at remainder concept 3. There are 3 questions here. We are going to re-look at question 1 and 2. So I'm going to share my screen now. In remainder concept 3, we will be looking at subdividing of the units, which I'm going to tell you very soon now. Okay, let's read the question. Some students took part in a survey on the mode of transport they used to go to school. 1/4 of the students took a car, while 2/5 of the remainder cycled to school. The rest walked to school. Given that 9 students walked to school, how many students took part in the survey? That means they're asking for total. This is a remainder concept because of the word 2/5 of the remainder. Now I draw a long bar and I read the question again. They say 1/4 of the students took a car. That means 1 out of 4. That's why I actually cut the model into 4 units and I label one of them as traveled by car, and this rest is the remainder. Now, I got 3 big units here. However, they want 2/5 of the remainder. So I really don't know how to cut 2/5 of the remainder because what I see is 3, but I want 5. In order for you to see it clearly, I drop this down, do a drop down to show you that what I want is 2/5 of the remainder to cycle to school and the rest actually walked. Now take a look. There are 3 big parts here and there are 5 smaller units. How to make them of the same size? 3 and 5. How to make them of the same size? Let's think a bit. Yes, you find the common multiple. You take 3 times 5 to get 15. This also means that for every big part that you see here, I cut into 5. And this side, I also cut into 5 for fairness. Here, I will actually cut it into 3. Teacher, why I cut to 3? Because you said 5 times 3, I got 5 big parts. I multiply by 3. So you will get to see 15. Take note, this drop down is just a drop down. It is not an add-on. It's just to help you to see clearly. So right now, you see how many actually cycle to school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I write down here 6 units. How many walk to school? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I write 9 here. And how many units of students took the car? You see 5 here. All right. So you get to see, I want you to draw your attention to these few units here. Okay, and they did tell you, oh, really there are 9 students who walk to school. So at least you can do some linking. 9 units correspond to 9. 1 unit correspond to 9, divide 9 to give me 1. So the ones that I highlighted in purple, you can actually start to add them all up together because they are asking you how many people took part in the survey. So you take 9 plus 6 plus 5 and you will get 20 units. So since 1 unit is equivalent to 1 student, 20 units will be 20 times 1 gives you 20. Then you can write down 20 students took part in the survey. 20. Can? So just take note in this question, what I'm doing is a drop down. I drop down for me to solve the question properly. It is not an add-on. And the important thing is you need to look at the common multiple. How do you determine? Because just now I got 3 parts here. But after that, I want 2 out of 5. In order to get the common multiple, since I got 5 here and I got 3 big parts, the only way is to take the common multiple that by multiplying and subdividing them into 15 units. Let's take a look at question 2. Question 2, same thing. Alicia bought some fruits. 2/5 of them were apples, and half of the remainder were pears, and the rest were oranges. She bought 2 more apples than oranges. Take note, they are comparing apples and oranges, and apple has more. Apples have 4 more than oranges. So when you compare later, you take the correct object to compare. It's apple versus oranges. Then they ask you, how many apples did she buy? How many fruits did she buy altogether? So I'm going to share with you how to start. First, you draw the 2/5. And you label 2 of them as apples. And this portion as the remainder. Take note, your remainder only 3 units. This is your remainder. But they say they want half of the remainder. Some children can see clearly, I'm going to pacha this into 2. I'm going to split this into 2. But to help you to see clearly, maybe I drop this portion down. This is the remainder. You want half. Okay, you want half. Here you got 3 units. Here you got 2 parts. How to find the common multiple of 3 units and 2 parts? So you are right, common multiple of 3 and 2 and 3. 6. Meaning you are going to, how to get 6? You got 2 big parts here, right? You multiply by 3. Here you got 3 units, right? You cut into 2. And this portion, you also do the same thing for fairness. Many things are, so you count 1, 2, 3, 4, then write your 4 units here. But they also did same, half of the remainder were pears, and the rest were oranges. Here also 3 units, here also 3 units. With that, I circle for you to see these are the important ones. They are comparing apple with orange, these 2. And there are 4, in terms of actual number, it's 4 more apples than oranges. How about in terms of units? You take 4 units minus 3 units to get 1 unit. 1 unit corresponds to 4. If they ask for apple, then you just take 4 times 4 to give you 16. If they ask you the number of fruits altogether, then you add them all up to give 10 units. And 10 times something, give you the final answer. This one is for part A answer. This one your part A answer. Your part A answer is 16. Your part B answer is 40. But I want to see the final statement as well, not just answer, answer, answer. Oh, there were 16 apples. That is for part A. Part B, there were 40 fruits altogether. Okay, that's for question 2. Last but not the least, question 3. I've gone through in class for question 3, but it's a bit confusing, so we relook at it again. At a carnival, 1/4 of the people were adults. 2/5 of the children and 3/5 of the adults wore spectacles. Spectacles are like glasses like that now. Find the total number of people at the carnival if 132 people did not wear spectacles. They want you to find the total number. So we are going to actually draw out the model. 1/4 of the people were adults. So I write here adults. And the rest are children. Okay, so we settle this portion. Now let's take a look at, they say 2/5 of the children and 3/5 of the adults wore spectacles. All right, 3/5 of the adults wore spectacles. Since the adults is here, I settle the adults first. 3/5 of the adult. From one part, how to get 3/5 of the adults? Yes, you are right. You cut into 5. And you take 3. This wore spectacle. And this one do not wear spectacle. Or these two you need do not wear. I color for you to see. This one do not wear, do not wear. But now the problem is, let's take a look at the children. Teacher, there are 3 units here, but you want 2 out of 5. Then these 3 units, how to cut into 5? Never mind. We drop down first. And we see for ourselves. From the children, I want to cut into 5. But currently, I got 3. I want to cut into 5 and shade 2 saying that these are the children who wear spectacles. And these are the children who do not wear spectacles. So what is the common multiple of 3 and 5? Same thing. You realize that you want to subdivide them into the same number of units. This concept of common multiple very important. So you take 3 times 5 give you 15. Meaning you are going to cut this into 5, 5, 5. Just nice that this portion is also 5. So you know that this is the number of units I must work towards too. Here is 3, 3, 3. At least I know 6 units they wear spectacles. 3, 6, 9. 9 units don't wear spectacles. Come, I shade for you to see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the 9 units of children who don't wear spectacles. All right. So at least I know, oh, here 9, here is 2. 9 unit plus 2 unit give you 11 unit. 11 unit correspond to 132. Find 1 unit. Then they ask you, how many people are there at the carnival altogether? So you count 5, 10, 15, 20. Or you can take 5 times 4 here and write here 20. That is safer. Then you take 20 units equal 20 times 12, which is 240. There are 240 people. Let me zoom out for you to see. So you can write down, there were 240 people. Okay, that's for question 3. I hope that this will be useful for revision and for those who are absent. I'm going to stop share now. I'm also going to stop the record.